Hello everyone, I'm David01, and I have some important things to share about the mini-city. As you may or may not know, I have been rather inactive with the mini-city for the past 1 year and 137 days. Although, it's not fully accurate to say I haven't touched the mini-city since then. In fact, I have had several episodes in the works for quite some time, but never finished or released them. There was a whole massive expansion for the city planned with a backstory and a detailed world, and it just kept taking more and more time. And then I eventually shelved it and started working on something else, the petrochemical plant upgrade. But then that was never finished either. And then eventually I made the row house and the fire station, and I was starting to edit those into a video, but then the update released and threw everything out of sync. And that's not to mention the complication with the mods, which I'm not getting into now because that's a whole other can of worms. In fact, I've taken such long breaks that I've actually missed several important milestones. The 1 year anniversary of the mini-city, the 2 year anniversary of the mini-city, hitting 5,000 hours in Scrap Mechanic. I've missed a lot of stuff. And the gaps in between episodes just kept getting longer and longer. All of the episodes excluding 21 and 22 were within the first year. In fact, within the first 300 days. But it was not until 220 days later that another episode was uploaded. I mean, we're nearing the 3 year mark for the mini-city. In about a month, it'll be 3 years, which I do intend to finally make a retrospective video on. I've only missed the first 2 anniversaries. But, alas, this time will be different. Now, I owe all of you an explanation, and perhaps even an apology. I have been very busy this past year and a half, and at the same time, the amount of time it takes to make an episode has shot up from around 3 hours per episode, from all the building, filming, editing, and uploading, to over a dozen. It takes a lot more time now, because these are, even though they may not seem that much more impressive, they are more time consuming now because there is more technical stuff under the surface. But I'm not going to be vague about why I was busy. I've started college and have had less free time, and it's only going to be getting more scarce from here on out. But I've also squandered my time away, focused too much on side projects and minutiae that will never see the light of day, and wasted time on the unproductive. I've also largely forgotten about this channel. And the biggest part of that is that I realize that so long as I do not upload here at all, the channel's in a sort of stasis. There's almost no action here, and I just slip out of people's minds. But as soon as I upload again, there will be an expectation of more videos, and that's something I agree with. Now, I'm not sure how often I will actually be uploading, but I'd like to get out a minimum of 1 video per month. I've actually had a mini-city video fully edited and uploaded, but set to unlisted for several months now, but I've been meaning to upload this State of the Mini-City video as an explainer concurrently with it before it releases. So, that's why it's been so long until this. Now, this also means you will be seeing some changes around here. My channel has been built on a formula of pretty much just random content being uploaded on no schedule with fairly low production quality. And while I can't say it will be improved on all of these fronts, I do hope to aim for higher quality and more meaningful videos. That is to say, separate the crop from the crap. So where does the mini-city fit into that? Well, here's the difficult part. The mini-city is still fun and rewarding to make, but it requires a large investment of time and energy for very little reward in terms of views. In fact, the more time I spend on an episode, the less views it seems to get. Skyscraper. And while they are relaxing and modestly entertaining to watch, they are not very impactful, useful, or helpful. The mini-city is pretty much just me fulfilling my dream of a Lego city which I never had. It's fun, but it doesn't carry the same weight as a tutorial or explanation video could. And that's ultimately where the problem is at. My videos need to be more purposeful as I go on. They need to be more focused, even though I'm not sure where yet. There just isn't that much to 35+ minute long videos of me babbling to a camera as I build what are essentially toy versions of various city buildings. That doesn't mean I don't like the mini-city, and that doesn't mean I'm going to stop it completely. but it does mean that I am shifting my focus away from it. It was never meant to become the focal point of my channel that it is today. But what does that mean? Well, the current mini-series will be coming to a close sometime in the future. Now relax. Knowing me, it will take some time, and I expect the series to continue on to around episode 32. And I am committed to showcasing all community submissions I get, even if that means running overtime a little bit. I will make sure the series gets a neat and ideally satisfying ending, and will release everything to the workshop then. I've got a lot of big things planned as we go along, and I don't want to spoil everything, but I'll be finishing the City Hall, upgrading the petrochemical plant, adding another skyscraper, showcasing some new tiles, and starting a project that you will be able to work on. So will that be it? Do you know how the Mini-City playlist is called Scrap Mechanic Mini-City Season 1? The series was always going to wrap up, but that doesn't mean it's just going to end. I will likely come back with some mini-series from time to time. You know, with things in a similar vein as this. Smaller scope, sure, but a similar effect. Most likely with more of an emphasis on community submissions. Not only to give people more say in the city, but also to offload work from me. What? I have to be pragmatic about this. So where is my channel going from here? While I'm not entirely sure where I want to go next, I'm not going to stop making scrap mechanic related videos, although they will dominate my channel less than they did previously. I'd like to shift towards more tutorials or educational content, as that seems to perform better, but more importantly is more impactful than stuff like the Mini-City. Other than tutorials for games, namely Scrap Mechanic, I also plan to make them for various programs. I'm thinking SolidWorks, Excel, maybe Blender. Perhaps I'll also make a few basic lessons for different topics. I'm thinking trigonometry and basic macroeconomics to start off with. But those are just ideas. I do have some other ideas that are already in the works. One of which is giving my own custom try problems to various LLMs in order to investigate their priorities. Not just random try problems, ones purposefully designed to see how they think. Maybe that'll come out this year, it's already in the works. Will all that be concentrated on this channel? Likely not, as I do have the third channel sitting there practically unused at the moment. Regardless, even though it may seem like this channel is dead, I assure you, it is not, and that I will revitalize it, even if in a different form. Because of this shift towards a more real and practical focus, this means gaming content, especially non-creative gaming a la Breath of the Wild, will be taking a hit over the coming month. But, though I'm not currently open to game suggestions, I am very much open to scrap mechanic suggestions, from one-off specials to mini-series to multiplayer challenges. Feel free to leave your ideas in the comments below or on my Discord server. As always, thank you for watching all the way to the end, and my deepest apologies for not uploading sooner. Expect another video, even if small, sometime this month. If you like any of the ideas I've floated around here, let me know. And same if you have something you think I'd be good at. I just might try it out. As for now, I'm David01. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. The Mini-City shall resume after this.